Let's talk about the market. All right, I have the data for October of 2022 here with me. And November's will be out usually in the mid of the next month because there's always a lag in data. But what we notice is that the actual number of closings is down significantly. 8 months of down ticking of the number of closings. We're actually down 15% from last month and 44% from a year ago of the amount of closings. That means demand is down. That will have a direct correlation on inventory, and we are seeing that in our marketplace. Now, what we're noticing is that it's not as much as we would think. If we were having an uptick in inventory, it would mean that we are going to have more days on market, which is true. It is taking longer to sell a home than it did before. It's near 60 days because at least 30 is to get actually in the closing process. And it's about 30 days to actually get a home in the contract. Depends on the house. If it's move-in ready, it can happen quicker. If it's not as move-in ready and needs work, there's going to be some negotiation, probably some price decreases over time, and then obviously eventually maybe that home will sell. One other thing that I'm going to mention is the interest rates. They have gone up significantly. We're all aware of this. And this reasoning was to bring down inflation. Well, inflation actually came down slightly and we had an improvement in the interest rate. Will this stay? Will we see even more improvements, or are we going to see the interest rate go up? Well, articles and people that I follow are conflicting in this information. Some say that this is a sign that the rates are going to come back down, and some say no, too soon. It's not going to happen yet. We're probably a couple years out on that. So I'm going to say that you don't want to necessarily marry the rate. If you decide to purchase a house, there are negotiations that can happen where we can buy the interest rate down. We can have a seller give you a significant amount towards your closing costs, and we can work the numbers in your favor because real estate is a long-term investment. You can't necessarily time things perfectly. What if we never go back to 5% interest rate? What if that happened? What if 8, 9, and 10% become the normal? Well, today's 6.5 would be actually attractive. So we just can't predict everything to a T. And if your goal is home ownership, then you want to think about the longevity of that, not just the short-term gains, because we all cannot time the market perfectly. And I just want to remind people of that. If you are not a homeowner, it is never too late to become one. And if you've been on the sidelines, how well has timing it been working? Not necessarily the best. So I want to work with people who need to play out strategy to be able to get their dreams and their goals met, because I want people to live within a budget. That's very important, and make good decisions for the longevity of their life. So anyways, median home price is only down 2% actually. So we're down to 440 as the median home price. And when it comes to actually new listings, we're not seeing a huge increase in listings in the month of October and probably into November. And that is because we're in seasonal, meaning around the holidays, we don't typically have as many homes at the market. Come the spring, after the first of the year, we're going to see a surge in inventory. That is normal. It happens no matter what. It has nothing to do with the interest rates and other factors. It's just a normal cyclical thing that's going to happen. But people are going to be doing that. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to have less buyers. So the inventory is going to stay longer and it's going to slowly go up. Now, a couple factors could come into play. Job loss. That could be a real factor. We don't know. We do know that there's layoffs happening in other industries, but we do want to watch this because when people don't have an income, they can't make payments even if they had a 2 and 3% interest rate. So that will be something to watch as we kind of navigate through this. The reason I just mentioned that 2 to 3% interest rate, there's a huge slew of people who own homes that have these fantastic rates. They're not selling these homes anytime soon. They're going to stay put. So although we're having some turmoil in our markets, we're having a steady group that's going to not do anything, because why would they? They're going to keep that nice, attractive interest rate, and they will not be putting those homes on the market. So I expect us to see some fluctuation, but I do not expect it to be as drastic as some may predict right now, which means that our prices aren't going to free fall. It's usually a slow process anyways. So over time, when you own a property, you actually pay principal reduction and interest. You have certain write-offs. There's a lot of advantages for home ownership, even in a time like this. So people who don't own a home, still consider it. And if you do, maybe just stay put for a minute. And as a realtor, I'm gonna say that because I want the best interest of my clients and my friends and my family. And so I want you to make really sound decisions. If you have a true reason, then that's understandable. If you're relocating to Vegas, great, buy a home. It's a longevity hold right there. But if it's more of a short-term issue where maybe there's a housing change that needs to happen, like in addition to the family, maybe we just figure out a better plan. Anyways, I totally want to be there for you. If you need anything, let me know. I'm here to help strategize and come up with your specific plan, because in the end, that's what really matters. If you have any questions in real estate, reach out. Love to help you. Have a great day.